one. Hello, this is Frederick. Welcome back. This is Tech Nordic, and today I have a special guest. I don't know everything, and that's why I have to pull in people that lives in UK but are original from Canada. You know that Sweden lost the game to England, and I'm really glad to talk to a Canadian in England who doesn't really care about soccer or football. How do you call it?
We call it soccer in Canada, but I've been over here long enough to know it as football.
Okay, so today I invited Rob here. He's our BDM or expert in RF applications related to USB RF and also the bigger boxes we have. Just to do a test video, and if you like that, give it thumbs up or whatever, and you can still subscribe on our channel. So one of the things that people are talking about, and it's a hot topic because you travel around. Which countries do you cover when you're, around in Europe? I would say you don't,
Somewhere between Stockholm, Johannesburg, and Dubai.
which has the best airport?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like Vancouver Airport,
But you don't cover Vancouver anymore, don't you? Or is it just because you're coming home?
just because I'm coming home.
Okay. What's the worst airport?
Ooh, the worst airport. There's too many to list there.
Yeah. Okay, so the reason why I called you in today is about this we see in the background. And even that you're hiding a little bit of the text here, what is all this that we see, the deployable RF sensor network? Can you explain that to me a little bit?
Well, today people need to get more out of their spectrum analyzer. So in the past, there have been other software packages from other companies that have built sensor networks for people to basically remotely measure their spectrum, and specifically how busy is their spectrum, looking for specific spectral events, or they might be trying to, detect energy where there shouldn't be any energy. Spectrum View is a new piece of software from Tektronix that takes care of all of that heavy lifting. It gives you the ability to have a client-server environment where we can have multiple remote nodes, all sensing the spectrum in different places. And when activity is actually detected, it will report that activity back to a central site for us, as well as do some other recording.
Because if you look on this side, up on the corner, I will try to move my mouse over this side. I know this product. I mean, from my head, this is a 306. This is a 306, and this is. And by the way, have you seen this one as well? I found this
Ah,
picture as well hidden on our website. Can you tell me anything about this one?
well, it's a good thing you brought up that picture as well as those enclosures in the upper right-hand portion of the display. Aerosys, a trusted partner of Tektronix, has created a ruggedized version of our spectrum analyzer. So it's an enclosure that has both one of these new RSA 306Bs, which you see in the center of the display, as well as a Nook PC, all in a ruggedized enclosure that's suitable for use outside. That
But
new RSA has an SMA input instead of an N input, and we've taken the plastic shroud from it. So if you flipped it over, you'd actually see some mounting holes,
okay,
and this
that's
gives
cool.
customers the ability to basically add our RSA to custom enclosures.
Okay, so if we go down to this one, yeah, I will try to squeeze a little bit. I think you talked the most about this. Oh, but this is the thing I was kind of. Can you just give me a brief of this?
Sure,
Is
on the top screen there, that's actually a look at the web server that runs on the server side of the Spectrum View application. So in this case, you can see that we have four nodes, and these four nodes are actually in the United States. And each one of those nodes has a Spectrum View remote application running on it. In the Spectrum View remote application, we're looking for indications of RF activity above a predetermined level. So let's just pick an example. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you wanted to look at the 2.4 gigahertz ISM band. So we'd be looking at about 80 megs worth of spectrum, and we would specify three levels. One level would be just a warning level, one level would be a reaction level, and one level would be a critical level. And what we're doing there is we're just going through the whole spectrum, scanning through with a user-defined resolution bandwidth. And when we detect energy above or in the vicinity of one of those three thresholds, then something's going to happen.
but who's the main competitor? On terms of this one, doesn't everybody has this standard feature or?
No, not quite, because we're really repurposing our USB product family. So there are some companies out there today. You can think of traditional spectrum monitoring companies like, let's say, for example, Roden Schwartz. You could think of other people, maybe like CRFS. But the challenge for a lot of those competitors is that their solutions are made on what we call big iron solutions. It's very expensive for your average customer to set up a remote monitoring network with that type of hardware. Our value proposition is that we have a very nicely priced application in or hardware in the RSA 306B or the RSA 500, 600 family. And when we add Spectrum View, it gives the customers to scale their solution. They don't actually have to go out and buy a massively expensive piece of software right away. They can start off small and grow.
Just to make one thing clear for me, you know, I'm from Sweden. It's hard to make things clear for Swedish people, but what you're saying is that there's kind of two ways for this software approach. It's based on that you need to have a PC. Is that correct? There needs to be a PC connected somewhere to the node itself.
That is correct,
Yeah,
yes.
so either you buy, you know, the standard 306B and you buy a PC and connect it to the network, connect this to this software, and you will be able to monitor in your RF environment 24/7 and get notifications. Or, as you can see in this picture, it's a surprise to me. Is this an RSA 306 with a built-in PC?
Yeah, if you crack the top of that open and looked inside, you'd see one of our RSA 306B's no shells inside,
You will
along
see
with
this one?
that one right there, yeah, along with an Intel NUC PC, which is a very small form factor PC.
This is interesting. Could you promise me to do a new video where we actually hook up to these sites and do some measurement in US from Sweden?
And I think I could probably even do one better. I'd say, why don't we create a couple of nodes here in Europe and we'll link all of them together?
Okay, so we can ask if there's any viewers on this video, where should we place the nodes?
Good
Is it,
question.
and if we place them, we can give you a Tektronix pen or one of these Tektronix coffee cups. So thank you for this introduction. This is a longer video than expected. It's a 7-minute video, but we will try the concept, and if you like it, just join our channel. Thank you.
Happy to
And
help. Bye-bye.
thank you, Rob, for joining.
Bye-bye.